what happens with this video today, because last night the energies were already coming in and I was shivering and I received the code. So it could be that, you know, it's not in alignment today. If I'm not able to make the video today, I will make it another time for you. So I had the readings and the cards already out for the Divine Feminine, and that's the Tree of Life, ending circles, clearing energies. I mean, you know, sage yourself, sage your space. It's all done. It's all done. And channel the energies that are coming in. And when you are doing these channelings for yourself and for maybe for other people, but also for the collective, you know that there is an ending coming in, a huge shift. We having Neptune going into Aries. We had and that's a 39-year cycle in one sign. So what is coming up here is that we are getting 39 years in with our spirituality and our feelings into a huge cycle of fire, because we're also entering the fire horse. So there are so many alignments. I think 6 planets in alignment around the 17th till the 22nd of February. It's a huge thing. So ending of cycles, new cycles beginning, collapsing of the matrix. Know that you have a new, you know, that we are starting anew. And actually, we're starting the original calendar in, was it? In March, with the sign of Aries on the 21st. So it's really important this season. In the heart space of the Divine Feminine, the twin flames, bringing spiritualize into matter. So all we receive, all the codes we receive, we spiritualize this energy into the earth, into Gaia, to upgrade, to change, to shift. And there's a new life coming in for you. Isn't that amazing? So it could be that even your twin flame is coming in, because this year is huge for the twin flames. So it's a huge thing. Sparkles are everywhere, and you're betting both everything into the light. You know, you're both positive. You're not going to the dark side. You keep it in the light. And it's the divine union. So maybe for you, you know, when everything is shifting and changing, you draw it back into this huge alignment. Oh, I made a mistake, because we're not heading for Aries. That is next month in March. So we have a whole new. We have a whole month for these energies to contemplate, because we also have an eclipse during this time. So I was a month ahead already. So no worries, I hear, no worries. So yeah, all the energies will keep you for a whole year, a whole month, a whole year. This will be a huge transformational year, by the way. So what's coming your way is healing, and you're clearing space for higher frequencies, rising to the Palladian frequencies. You know, I hear so many things everywhere. This is not good and that is not good, and you're in a false matrix, and 12:12 on the portal, on the timer. You're going into a false matrix. You know, it is what you give it a meaning to. If you say, okay, I'm not working with Metatron, okay. If you're working with Metatron, who am I to say you can't work with it? You know, it's the meaning you give to it, that's also what you will attract. So, and that's the whole thing. I don't want to go, you know, if I'm in the light, I'm in the light. I know that I'm talking to source and not to other deities. When I go to the fourth dimension and I talk to deceased people, I know exactly with who I'm talking. So if you don't know this, you know, you have to follow a course, because if you start to channel and you don't know with who you're talking, you know, could be influencing your life. So nurture with gentle music, flowers and crystals. Wow, this is exactly what I did already yesterday before I went to bed. I have these huge, beautiful Libyan gold crystals, Libyan gold tektite that I received yesterday. So really amazing, and I was meditating with it, and wow, I felt the heat of the desert in my hands. It was incredible, so warm, and activated the stones were. So if you go to these Palladian frequencies and you meditate with crystals, you know, put on the beautiful Lemurian music or Syrian music, just where you're connecting with, you know, work with flowers, work with the crystals. Know that you are being prepared for a higher frequency that is coming in tomorrow. So for the divine masculine, breathing, grounding, feeling, clearing, and expressing yourself. You know, ground yourself in your body. You know, let the energies anchor into your system. And feel, you know, it's so important to feel. But also after that what you feel, you need to clear it. You need to clear those energies. And it's okay to express yourself. All these flies here, they're like men. If you want to get rid of it, well, I'm not going there. Oh my gosh. Oh. If you want to get rid of them, you can't. And if you need them, they're nowhere to find. So, sorry for that remark, but it's just need to express it. Earth and air, physical integration, mental clearing, enjoy the flight, and nestling in. There's a new earth relationship coming in for you, and you are in purification. So this is for the divine masculine in his heart space. So and this is such a beautiful one, because, you know, you see the earth snake, you know, it is shedding its skin and leaving this earthly plane, and that's also what's happening. You know, we're ending the cycle of the snake and heading into the cycle of the horse. And so you're leaving the energies of the darkness, of the heaviness, you leave it behind, and you're flying off as an angel, transforming to an angel to the higher frequencies. So you are really in that transitioning, and that's in the heart space what happens for the divine masculine. You know, you're in that heart space where you say, okay, I am going to transform some things for myself because I can't stick, it's too sticky in here, it's too hard, everything is work, everything is you know, like being in mud. And you find out when you are leaving that physical energy and you go into a higher frequency or go to the Palladian frequencies, that it becomes easier because the synchronicities are there, everything is in alignment, and everything comes your way. You don't have to do much, you know, to go where you need to go. So that's really amazing. Yeah, nurture. You're heading towards nurturing. Nurture the earth, working with the earth, working with your feminine energy. You're grounding your divinity. Wow. You're grounding your divine masculine energy into this nurturing of the divine feminine. Wow, wow, wow. That is amazing. You know, you're grounding that energy into Mother Earth. Oh my gosh, it's almost like Beltane, you know. It's a four premonition on Beltane, that the earth and the heaven makes love to each other and nurture Mother Earth and make her pregnant. So it could be that you are the divine masculine that step in this new earth. That you totally step in that new earth and you leave that matrix behind you. And you say, okay, you know, my karmic cycle is done. My karmic cycle is closed and I'm going into a new cycle. And when you're doing that, you know, everything will be in alignment and in synchronicity for you. You know, everything that you weaved is coming to fruition. Everything what you've done, you know, is moving into a new cycle. So we have now these 3 days of these portal days. These 3 days are really amazing. So work with it. So work with those energies. You know, yesterday it was more the energy of letting go of the old, and maybe old energies try to come into your system, you know, to get you off track, because it's always that way before the portals open. And then remove it, clear it, and do something what is in alignment with you for tomorrow and the day after. So we're going, this is a huge energy we're in. It's a 3-day portal. So what is the universe has to say about the twin flames, depth of love? You're looking at the stars, you're looking at the moon, you're looking at the planets, you're looking at the sun at the same time, at the same, maybe not the same moment, but you feel each other's energy are really deeply connected. Let go of that fear and jump into love. Now, well, love is a very, love has nothing to do with a person outside of you. It has to do with in your heart space. It has to do with the caring. So we need to know that we are in our best state, you know, that we eat well, that we sleep well, that we have not so many distractions, connecting with nature, connecting with power places, connecting with the earth. So And you go beyond attachments. It's the dolphin card. It's the depth of love of both of them. They both carry that depth of love for each other, and that's coming in. And there are so many things happening in the twin flame journey at this moment. When you dive deep into that water, deep into that energy of, and you meet each other on a level of, how do I call it, emotions. Because the ocean always carries the water carries the codes of emotion, love, and how deep is your love for each other. And you will find out when you dive in deep into these emotions, maybe leaving the whole matrix behind you and shifting into a new energy and saying, okay, I'm giving love a chance, you know. I'm giving love not only on the earthly plane, but also in the realm. You meet your twin flame in the higher realm before he enters in the earthly plane. You see each other, you're connected with each other, you're entwined with each other, you speak to each other, you know, and you know that there is that connection going on. And then it's almost you're falling down into the waters of the Lemurian and the Atlantean waters, diving deep, remembering past lives, remembering the times that you were together, remember the things that you did together, and connecting with the moon and connecting with the elements. And that is intensifying the depth of love within yourself. So when you know that your twin flame is there, that your twin flame is out there, and this is for the collective, you know, it's not for just one person, and it's not your ex. Let me tell you that, it's not your ex. This is an energy that comes from a way different frequency. You know, maybe with your ex-partner you had children, or you had a 3D life that was needed for that was needed in that time, for that period of time, for how long you were together. Then the universe says, okay, you have to go on another journey. You take that road and I show you what you need to do. And when you are committed to that road, everything will come in alignment, what is for you. So that's the whole twin flame journey, actually, what the twin flame journey is. You're both doing the work, and sometimes you can't even be together. Sometimes you're on, you know, different continents or different places. But this is what's happening with the twin flames, and so many twin flame activations at this moment on this world. It's incredible. And they're all diving deep. They're all diving, they're all learning. Don't get yourself stuck in the mind control, in how somebody wants you to feel or how they want to program you. It's because the programming is still going on. But when you come from love and you have the respect for each other and you encourage each other, you're halfway. You're halfway. So, but as soon as there is disrespect, love is gone. The love is gone. And then there is resentment, and then you're back in the matrix. So you can actually feel and know when you're stepping into the matrix and when you're stepping out of it. So that's really amazing. So that is what the universe is saying towards you both. And let's see what the tarot has to say on it. How the divine masculine feels and the divine feminine feels about each other. I see already cards coming out, so I have to shuffle them first. Let's see what is happening for the divine feminine. Yeah, communication. Communication. Communication is coming in. Peaceful communication about endings or cycles. So if you want to end the cycle and stepping into that new frequency, the Palladian frequencies, you have to end a cycle, or with a karmic energy, or with work, or whatever your situation is. Now is the time to let it go, because when we entered in bulk and entered Bridget's flame, new cycle starts. A new cycle started, and actually that's the Gregorian calendar. We're still working on the old matrix, but if you step into the new matrix, then it's starting in March, in Aries season. That's actually the first sign of the zodiac. And if you translate that to a new cycle, then you say, okay, that's actually the new cycle. So if you look it up, that the church changed the calendar, I think around 1514, that is now changing again. So we are reclaiming our original template of Mother Earth cycle. So that's really huge. And when we do this, all in a collective energy, how beautiful that will be when we all start to communicate that love and that freedom that Aries gives us, you know. That's really amazing. So channel those energies, be in connection with your guides, clear it all out, clear out all these old cycles, old contracts, you know, before you step into a new one. What's in the heart space of the divine feminine? Oh my gosh, I start to blush. I don't know where this is coming from. I'm getting hot, totally hot here, activated. It's probably, wow, this is incredible. It's ether meeting matter. It's the twin flame journey in the feminine's heart space. And on it is the Two of Wands. Which road are you going to take? And I channeled this already for you, you know. You make up which road you want to take. I'm not saying which road you need to take. And if you just follow that sign, you know, and that fire, and that union that is here, waiting for you, the white deer, or it's the white deer. The white deer is all about the masculine leadership, taking action, going into action towards the divine feminine. And look how beautiful that sunlight is shining on that deer. You just need to enter those portals. Don't follow the old roads. Go off the road. Go off the everything what's man-made. I almost want to say go off road, not what is man-made. Go, you know, bare feet on the earth and walk through that portal towards your divine counterpart. That's really beautiful. And it's an action between both of them, between the masculine and the feminine. It's the twin flame, what the divine masculine had last week, now the divine feminine has it in her heart space. So that's really, really amazing. And there are two mountains there, you know, in the background. So, you know, climb that mountain if you need a better view. Climb that mountain if you want to be closer to source, if you want to be closer to your ancestors. Climb that mountain. Rising to Palladian frequencies. What is holding you? What is working with you? Pentacles. But you keep it grounded. You know, you go. New things are coming in. New synchronicities, new money, new abundance, new creation. Don't let pride get in the way. You know, don't let pride get in the way. You know, it's the innocence of the child that is beautiful, that is powerful, that is having dreams and saying, oh, I want to go this direction, I want to go that direction. But how will I do it? Because I need to make a few more steps before I do this, before I move in that project that I dream about all this time. And I know it's possible to make, but you know, I don't know how to execute it. So that means that you need more information, that you need to know what your needs are, what you want out of it, how you're going to do it. Don't go over one night ice. You know, that's the Dutch way we say it. Don't go over one night ice. Just, you know, hold that energy, and you know that you are capable of executing it, but it needs a step-by-step plan. You know, you can't say, okay, I'm jumping in, I'm doing this, and I'm going for it, because there are too many things at stake for the divine feminine that has to do with grounding your energies. You know, grounding the energies of the Palladian frequencies into a foundation. It needs to have a foundation. You know, without a foundation, without Mother Earth, where you can't put it in, you know, it has no meaning. It's just floating up there. So it needs energies to come down and ground it and make it stable. You know, it's also about contracts, about stuff like that. And okay, I don't have a feeling you're totally there, but there are other people that are already there, I hear. So let's see what's going on for the divine masculine. So take this, don't let your pride get in the way, you know. Could be that you're a beautiful person, and you're a lovely heart, and you open your heart for everyone, but you also need to have discernment. Wow, divine masculine. He's bringing the cup of love towards the divine feminine. So it's also, you know, what I see, be aware of your work. Breathing, I hear. Breathe in, breathe out, grounding, getting that feeling, clearing and expressing yourself. Because this card is, for me, it's the card of jealousy. You have a unique divine masculine, you have a unique way of expressing, a unique way of working, and there are people around you that are stealing your work. And that's what the divine feminine sees. It's not what the divine masculine sees. This is what the divine feminine sees within the divine masculine, that his or her work, his work is being stolen, or they steal their work because they want that energy, they want that same thing, they want the same thing. Maybe you did, for instance, something years ago and it's still in progress for you, you know, because it's not, it doesn't have the points on the I yet, you know, and they just kidnap your whole project because they think, oh, that's a good idea, let's make it, let's do it, and let's do it before she's ready. That's what I hear. That is what my guides are channeling me. So, and it could also be that there are fake profiles of you, divine masculine, on the internet, because you have a huge group or a huge collective that is accepting what you're saying. So I see that there is a thing going on. So let's see what is going on for the divine masculine in the heart space, and what the divine feminine sees of it. What does the divine feminine see in the heart space? Your leadership in the heart space of rising out of the darkness into the light. You're receiving your leadership, you're receiving that energy, and you're feeling that energy in your body. You know, you're strong, you're capable, you're moving forward, that heart is open, you're communicating with your spirit guides, you're working and leaving that darkness behind and going to the light and working with it. You know, I also see this little fox here, you know. Be aware, and because it is connecting me with the card before about the jealousy. You know, a fox never change his hair, change his colors. He never changed the way of doing. You know, they give you a sign, oh, they're changed, but actually they're not. So be aware of that. You know, that could interfere with the divine masculine's leadership. You know, taking stuff from you, or you know, maybe at the workplace, you know, that somebody's after your job and taking your ideas and saying, oh, look what I did, and then looking at you with one eye like, haha, I took your project. That's the kind. And you have a totally kind of leadership, you know. You're more fair, you're more kind-hearted. I also think there's an energy behind it that is not clear, you know. Maybe you're working with reptilians and reptilians around you, you know, to that don't want you to, or that want you to do the things that is not in your heart space. So I think I had this also in the Divine Masculines reading, because it comes up now, you know. Maybe you're softer and clearer in your heart space, but on the outside it's the energy is off. Let's keep it that. You have to find out for yourself. Most of the people already know what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's see what is nurturing you, Divine Masculine. And actually the Divine Feminine wants to protect you from that energy. So it's I got a friend request yesterday from a fake page, and I denied it. And that's probably in sync with this one, because I know it's a fake page. You know, it's a fake page. So I decline everything what is fake, and I'm not. If I don't know you, I won't accept any French requests. That's just, I don't need any other energies there. Yeah, Divine Masculine, you're on fire, you know, you're taking action. Your Divine Feminine is seeing that you're taking action, that you're nurturing the world, that you nurture Mother Earth, that you're working with her, that you are in that alignment, that you in that beautiful energy of love, you know, and that you are creating and nurture everything. So yeah, you're going for it, but it's also maybe a new adventure is waiting you, you know, that you say, oh, I'm going on an adventure. I'm going to a new phase of my life, just like the Divine Feminine has it with the Page of Pentacles. The Divine Masculine and the Feminine of the Divine Masculine has this, yes, I'm going for it. So both have the pages on new projects, new energies, new starts, new alignments, new cycles. So and I see the Divine Feminine sees in the Divine Masculine that he wants to take that action, that he is really ready to take that action for her. Double love, double love, double love. Depth of love. And it's a confirmation from the universe that says you are lovers. You were lovers in an maybe from the future. I always say I come from the future, I'm not coming from the past. I'm here to change the past and change what is needed to change now in this world, and I'm following that path. So the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine diving deep into that love, diving deep into those waters, and letting those cups overflow. You know, they both coming with a full cup. They're both coming with a cup of abundance, creativity, spirituality. They grounded into matter. They are guided by the elements, they're guided by the universe and source, and it's amazing. And the soulman in the middle needs wealth. So when they come together, you know, they create wealth. And that comes out of love, out of the depth of love of the things that they are doing. So, and I see there is expansion there. There's huge expansion when they come together. And that is when twin flames are coming together, so many other energies of lower frequencies are leaving this planet. You know, and it's all the mind control that will leave. You know, and that's the beautiful thing. You know, that's on one side there is no good, there is no bad. It is what it is, and you just give a meaning to it. And when you give a meaning, it's good or bad. You know, the darkness isn't bad because it made you where you are now in this human body. You know, all the things that you went through was for you to do what you need to do in your life. Where they sending you, what your mission is about, what you have to do. So all that is amazing. So yeah, I'm totally in alignment with that. So is the divine masculine, and we are there. We are doing it. So all the love, all the blessings. See you next week. Take it all in. Go through the portals, shift the energies, and all the love and blessings. Bye bye.